For our next play, we're going to do a single to right or right center field with a runner on first base. Just like the other two lessons, where there's singles to the outfield, we organize our entire defense for a play 2 bases ahead of the lead runner. We have a runner on first, so 2 bases ahead of that is over at third base. This is also why the right fielder needs to have the strongest arm of the outfield, because the right fielder needs to be able to throw all the way towards third base, whereas the left fielder does not need to throw over towards first base in the vast majority of plays. So take pride in being a right fielder, because this is the play for you. Now, this is one that people mess up a lot. The shortstop messes this one up a great deal. The shortstop is the cutoff. Second base covers second, first covers first, third covers third. The pitcher and left fielder back up third base where the throw is. And the shortstop gets on a line between where the ball is fielded. In this case, we have the center fielder fielding it, but it doesn't make any difference for this play. And in line with the third baseman. Now, if it's hit a little bit more towards the right field side, you might need to come in towards the grass to be on a line between third and where the ball is fielded. We're often going to be in double play depth, so the shortstop might be playing in and close towards second and might need to readjust his positioning. The outfielder that fields the ball is going to throw through the head of the cutoff guy. The cutoff guy is always going to fake like he's going to catch the throw. He fakes like he cuts the baseball to take advantage of any base running mistakes by the person who hit the ball, who might be rounding first base. It might be trying for second. So if you can kind of catch him in no man's land, that's good. The other time you cut the baseball is when it's a bad throw, or there's no play entirely. The runner didn't go. You thought he was, but he didn't. Now, yeah, I think this is the most common play that Little League shortstops mess up. And also, I think it's the second baseman who messes this one up because he thinks he's supposed to be the cutoff and he goes into shallow outfield, and that leaves second base unoccupied. So let's take a look at this play at the major league level.
Whenever there's a base hit.
And see what happens. So here's the pitch. We have the runner on. And in this case, hang on, let me pause it. We have a runner at first and third, but that third baseman, or that runner at third, doesn't matter at all when there's a single towards the outfield. He's going to score. They earned it. The only one that matters is going to be that runner on first, 2 bases ahead of him. So anyways, he fields the ball and he throws.
The shortstop is lining up for a play at third base.
Now, in this freeze frame, we can see that the shortstop is the cutoff guy. The second baseman is covering second. The pitcher is running behind third base to try and pick up an errant throw. And as we continue here, it's a one hop. Makes it very easy to field. He catches and applies the tag. It's so important to do a one hop. Don't try and do it all in one go. This eliminates one of the planes in which you can make a mistake. Overthrows are very, very common, and you completely eliminate the high throw. It's mainly going to be either left or right. Even if it comes in on 2 hops, that's very, very doable for the third baseman to catch and apply the tag. So let's take a look at this. This is one that I filmed, so let's turn up the volume. This is at Cal State Fullerton. We have the runner at first base, so let's have a look. Here it is. Watch the third. Here's the shortstop being the cutoff. So this is a really, really good example because there's a single towards to the right fielder. He comes off and gets on a line. We know that the runner isn't going, so he cuts the baseball in this case. So a good example of a routine play for that one. Now, let's take a look at this at the Little League level. This is high-level Little League, and this is Southern California versus Arizona in the Little League World Series. I kind of went over how this worked in previous videos. If we keep winning our all-star tournament and become the state champions of Southern California, we're 2 states, then you get to play on ESPN and try to win the world title. So let's take a look. Let's watch this on mute. Let me mute this out really quick. All right, so we have a runner at first. If you look at the upper left-hand corner, you can see that there's a little graphic indicating the situation. And he hits the ball. See if you can spot what's wrong in this, and then we'll go back and look at it.
Club on its way to third, the throw. And Club was on the move. Did not hesitate, making the move around second base.
All right, let's go back and look at it and dissect it. So the second baseman makes a stab at the ball, and that's great. And mentally, what he needs to know, if this ball gets by him, he needs to book it over towards second base. And instead, he just kind of stays there. So once this runner at first base, the offensive runner, sees that he's throwing and there's no cutoff, this runner can go to second. So not only are we learning how to play good defense, we're learning good base running based on the defensive errors that our opposing team might make. Now he throws, there's no cutoff guy. We can see that in the other angle. Here, right here. You can see that there's no cutoff setup, and the outfielder tries to make a throw all the way in one go instead of a one hop. You can see that the throw is very high, so we're able to miss on that extra plane. He was able to catch it, so that's good. I'm not sure where the pitcher went. He kind of went over towards, I see what happened. He went over towards first base, thinking that maybe the first baseman might have got it and he needs to do a flip towards him. So he's kind of like in the right frame of mind-ish, but once he realizes that it gets by the second baseman, he needs to book it towards third. That left fielder as well needs to be crashing behind third base to back up the throw. We all have kind of like a role to play. And we can see what the shortstop did. He covered second, which isn't where he's supposed to be. And here, if there was a little bit more heads up, that runner could have taken second. I'm not sure if he did or not. But, all right, so that's a good overview of what to do with a single towards right or right center with a runner on first.